Hey, what to do, YouTube? It's your boy Eisner's Tactical. Hey, I just want to. I'm not really good at editing, so I had to come back and do this for the intro for this video I'm about to drop. I made a couple verbal slippages on describing the ammunition. I just want to just clear that up for because I was trying to help out some new gun owners and can't be messing up on this part. So I wanted to explain this is considered a jacketed hollow point, and because the center will be hollowed out, and usually you would have some kind of plastic synthetic filler in there sometimes, or it'll be like this, and you'll see the crown is split. It's kind of severed right there, and that's because when it hits on impact, that'll open up and it'll stick to the crown open like that, and it'll stick to the soft tissue, whatever you're shooting at. Okay, so that's a jagged hollow point. You'll hear that referred to as a jagged hollow point, JHP. Now, you have, and this is where I'm making a mistake, this is a full metal jacket. And that means full metal, meaning that it's not open at the top, it's completely closed. So the powder is gonna hit that bullet out and send that projectile down range. And the reason why these are not good for home defense, self-defense, is because they'll go through, they'll penetrate, keep going until it hits something hard like a piece of wood or bone or metal. Okay, so that's why these are not great self-defense ammo, and that's why these are good, because if you're 9 yards in and you have to defend yourself, it'll crown open and stick to anything that it touches immediately, whereas this could actually go through, over penetrate, and if you're in your home, it can go to the next wall, drywall, and hit an unintended target. So I just want to make sure I clear that up. So this is a full metal jacket, and this is a jacketed hollow point. So I'm doing this one-handed. So you see the difference? On my left is a full metal jacket, and on my right is a jacketed hollow point. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Eisner's Tactical. YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Eisner's Tactical. Man, back here with a quick video. Hope everybody's doing well. New to the channel, go ahead, hit the like button, comment, subscribe. I do reply to all comments, good, bad, or otherwise. I'm not afraid to speak back to the trolls. Man, but yeah, I'm just chilling, man. So this video is directed to anyone who is about to buy a firearm, thinking about buying one. Well, let's simplify. This is for someone who's curious about buying a pistol and don't know much about the process of going and buying a pistol and information that they may need going forward to buy a pistol. Now, I'm going to put a disclaimer out. I'm going to give a process of a restricted state. I'm going to stick with California. I'm not really that up the breast on every state. Restricted states like New York, I don't know what they're doing. I know Illinois is crazy going on. Again, my home state, Illinois, it's not really the whole state of Illinois. It's Bailey, Cook County. So I talked to somebody from Chicago. Shout out to Arms and Dangers. Yeah, it's Cook County mainly, guys, because if you live in the rural parts, Carbondale, all outside, and Peoria and those areas, and Champaign and Evansville and all those areas, they don't have no gun restriction because they're all rural white farmers and stuff like that. But Cook County is predominantly minority blacks in the project, low income, and that's where all the gun restriction activities coming from. So that's my speech on that. But yeah, so about to buy a gun. A couple things I think you should do as a first time pistol. We're talking about pistols. I'll do another one on rifle later. This is pistols. First thing you want to do is what state you're in. Find out what state. Well, I guess you know already. If you're in a free state, you have the whole firearm world at your disposal. There's no restrictions on what you can buy or have it delivered to your house and all that kind of stuff. In California, we'll stick with California. We have a California gun roster, so there's a list of guns that you can actually pick and buy on the California gun roster. If they're not on the California gun roster, you cannot buy those guns. Hence why Glock is so popular in California, Smith & Wesson is so popular in California, Ruger is so popular in California, because all those are law enforcement pistols. And that's why Glock Gen 3 will always be available in California. They make so much money on Gen 3s, Glock does, in California, because Californian civilians can't get the Glock 4 and 5s. I'm not a fan of either one of those generations, but to each his own. So Some of the things you want to consider, if you have a really responsible legal gun owner that has a good lot of experience with firearms and whatnot, try to get with that person and get a, a, a fundamental concept of handling a gun and dry fire, things like that, and not live fire so much. We'll get into that in a minute. But just go get familiar, handle them, put them in your hand and the things of that nature. That could be one approach. The other approach is go to your local gun range. Let them know that you're a novice, you're going into this, you don't know anything about it. They're not going to take you up the river. What they're going to do is try to sell you on a firearm safety course, which I strongly suggest. Take that firearm safety course along with the stop bleed course and along with the first aid course. People say, man, all them courses, man, that's a lot of money. No, it's money well spent. If you new to firearms and you've never seen blood come out of a body, I have, it's going to freak you out. So you need to take a stop bleed course and a first aid course and a firearm safety course. Get those courses under your belt. If you're looking at it from a concealed carry standpoint, definitely either or, concealed carry or just home defense, you still need to have the firearm safety course, and you need to get trained by a licensed firearm instructor. Not saying your good, honest, clean, law-abiding neighbor can't teach you, but even those people, even myself, I can make a mistake and teach you something that's probably not completely up to par to today's specs. But for the most part, that's the route I would go first. Then, once you kind of went to the range or went with your neighbor and took you out shooting with different firearms, now you have to figure out what brand of firearm you want to get. I'm not promoting Glock. Glock doesn't sponsor me. I don't really care what firearm you buy. I just want to make sure you understand some of the things you need to consider before you buy the firearm. The biggest one is going to be your hand size, and also you need to find out if you are going to be concealed carry. So if you're going to be concealed carry, it's going to be very critical for you to get that hand size, the grip size of what firearm you want to be carrying, and also in home defense. So the key to picking that first firearm, in my personal opinion, is comfortability of the pistol in your hand. That's going to be the first thing. Well, let's back up. The caliber. What caliber do you want? Do you want 9 millimeter? Do you want 40 Smith and Wesson? Do you want 45? Do you want 10 mil? Do you want 22 LR? There's so many different calibers to choose from for a carry or home defense pistol. So once you figure that out, then you can start choosing the actual firearm. So figure out the caliber you want, and then figure out the actual brand company that you want to buy your firearm. In California, we got the Springfield Hellcat out there now, the Hellcat Pro. We got the SIG, all that. We got Glocks. We got the Smith and Wesson 2.0. We got all those pistols available. We got HK VP9. So we're not too bad in California. The free world, you guys got everything. So once you figure that out, now you want to get into the size of the pistol. I happen to have all those different sizes. So let's start. You two in a safe, controlled environment. Let's start with the 3.8-inch barrel. This is a mini subcompact by Glock. 3.8-inch barrel, 10 millimeter. This particular size, pretty much in Glock. We're talking about Glock right now. I'm not suggesting Glock, by the way. I'm just saying we're talking about Glock. That's all I have. You can get this this is a 10 mil, but you can get this in the same configuration in 45 and 40 caliber, and you can get it in 9 millimeter for this mini subcompact style right here. And I believe that barrel size is 3.8 inches. If you got this in 40 Smith and Wesson, the Glock 27 would be 3.43 inches. And if you got this in 45 ACP, it'll be 3.78 inches. And if you got this in 357 SIG Glock 33, that'll be 3.43 inches, which is the same size as the Glock 27. So they're pretty much this mini subcompact by Glock is going to range between 3.43 inches and 3.8 inches. So that's pretty much the mini subcompact for Glock. So you got to figure that out. So You want to put that in your hand and see how that feels. Do you have pinky coverage right there in the bottom? How does it feel? Is anything biting against you? Does it slide stop? The mag release, is that too sharp against your hand? What hand do you shoot with? These are not ambi. Gen 3 are not full ambi. So you would have to figure out, does that make a difference for you? Me being a left-hand shooter, it does not make a difference to me. I would like that mag release on this side, but I'm not buying a Gen 5 just for that feature. I would like serrations in the front, but I'm not buying a Gen 5 for that feature. Those are useless features to me. That's not going to make me move away from Glock Gen 3. But so this is the mini subcompact size. Now, so that would be one pretty much option for you. Again, this is not necessarily for a concealed carry, or it can be either or for at home or carry. Then the other size would be the 4.0 inch is the other size that you would look into. So this is the 4.2 inch barrel, and this is considered a mid-size by Glock. So the 4.02 inch barrel, this is the ideal size for myself. So you would have to figure out which one you want. Again, you want to put it in your hand. Is that distance right here too wide or too long? Or so all that would matter when you grip it with your fingers. And coverage down here. So that is definitely a sweet spot for some people who carries a 4-point-inch barrel. Some people like it smaller. So you have to figure that one out too. And this is 9mm. This is 9mm Glock 19. Now the other barrel size would be you have the long slides, long barrels, and this would be considered long slide, or you can also call it a full size, long slide or full size. So, and this barrel is the Glock 34 barrel is a 5.31 inch barrel, and it's considered a long slide because look at the length of the slide. So compare that to a 4-inch barrel slide. You can see that that's a significant difference. So that's the other size right there, full size. And then you have another full size, and this is the Glock 2145 ACP. And as you can see, that's a little shorter than the Glock 34 barrel length wise, because the Glock 21 barrel is 4.61 inches. So that's a little longer than 4 inches, but it's a little shorter than the 5.3. So these are your full size right here. So this is your mini subcompact, that's your subcompact, and these are your full sizes. So those are some options that you would have to consider for barrel lengths and frame size frame size. Those are something that you would have to consider when you're buying a pistol. And mainly like how the firearm actually feels in your hand is going to be the biggest factor, because if you're going to be carrying it or you need it as a home defense, you want it to be a comfortable weapon in your hand. And so that also plays a factor. Now, concealability and all those other factors, those are down the line. You would have to figure it out yourself. But just as far as home defense and buying your first firearm, I would start with that, is figure out what firearm length, frame length, frame size, and barrel length that you would want to choose. And that's why it's important for you to go to the range and shoot all these guns before you even buy one, and then that'll give you a great idea. Now, another factor in buying these is if you're going to be concealed carrying, you want to consider holster compatibility. Holster compatibility is pretty crucial. So you don't want to buy a firearm that doesn't have a lot of aftermarket support on holsters and things of that nature. So that's really critical too. And then you want to consider safeties and things of that nature. Do you want external safeties, thumb safeties? For example, on a 1911 style firearm, they have the safety right here. So that's something that you would have to get used to. It is ambi on both sides. So that's something that you would have to figure out. Do you want that? And then they also have the grip safety where that has to be depressed for the trigger to pull. So those are some considerations too. Uh, External safeties and grip safeties and things of that nature. Something you might want to consider also. Um, Another thing is when you choose your firearm, don't get caught up so much on accessories like red dots and high vis, high sights and weapons light. I do suggest if it's going to be home defense, get you a weapons light, EDC. And if you're out at night a lot, sure, get you one too. But if you're not out at night, you don't need one. But don't get caught up with so much with the accessory. Just get caught up with the actual shooting and getting familiar with your firearm, and then work your way up into all the accessories. And remember, choose you a really good holster. This one's from the Glock store. You want good retention. And when you buy a holster, you want to make sure that trigger guard is completely covered. A lot of people like that mag button covered too, so you don't accidentally hit that or something. Not really too concerned with that, in my opinion, but that's something you might want to consider. I look mainly for that trigger guard to be covered. And I also look for possibility for a red dot and for high sights that can, if you wanted to go that route, just have it, but not need it. But if you ever want to go that route, it'll be already compatible. Okay. But mainly trigger guard and good strong kydex with good lockup retention with a tightening screw. You're looking for that. Uh, Appendix carry, so many options out there. Same thing. We're looking for the good lockup retention, trigger guard covered. And as you can see on this one, the mag is kind of exposed, but that would be a hard depress to get that to activate that mag. I mean, you can clearly, but covered enough. Mainly though, again, I'm looking for my trigger guard to be completely covered. So those are some options that you will have to look at. Also, if you buy a firearm, a pistol, you want to make sure that you have the mags. Are they expensive? Are they hard to get? Things of that nature. This one particular comes with metal mags. They're pretty abundant, flush fitting. So that's something that you would have to consider is mag availability and the price of the mags. And then once you get that, then you want to get into your ammo for your home defense. You want to use full metal jackets. This is just what I use. You do not have to buy this. I'm not sponsored by Hornady. I use these, and they work fine for me. Full metal jackets. If anyone doesn't know what the full metal jacket looks like, basically the difference is a jagged hollow point, and these are ball tip target ammo. And what you do is, I picked up some ammo the other day. So the jagged hollow point has that little plastic inner tip right there, and that this crown will expand when it hits the soft tissue and stick to whatever it goes to. Whereas these ball tips will go through whatever you shooting at, more like unless it hit a bone or something hard. So that's why these are good for range and these are good for self defense, because you want to stick and expand inside of the target that you're shooting at. So you would need both of these type of ammunitions. You'll want full metal jacket for your EDC, and you want this for your range. So those are some things that you would have to consider also. But other than that, you definitely want to And then you would have to want to make a little small investment on something I think is real critical is snap caps, and I got them for all calibers. I think that's critical, and that's what you can use for the dry fire to get your aim down and get used to the trigger pull and things of that nature. So make sure you get you some snap caps. So I hope this video was informative to everybody. Someone that's gone and buy a gun, never bought one, was curious about a couple questions. Maybe this helped you out, maybe it didn't, but that's what I got for you. Everybody stay armed, stay safe, stay blessed. Your boy Eisner Tactical. Peace.